Ladies and gentlemen, the Space Foundation and Northrop Grumman welcome you to the 33rd Space Symposium. Please welcome the Chairman of the Board of the Space Foundation, Admiral Jim Ellis.
Good evening, friends, colleagues, and space professionals from around the globe. Welcome to this, the 33rd Space Symposium. Once again, your Space Foundation has convened space leaders, past, present, and future, of all ages and backgrounds to network, conduct business, and plan together to shape the future of our industry and mankind's destiny in space. We are delighted that you've chosen to spend the next few days with us here at the Broadmoor in sunny, snowy, windy, and rainy Colorado Springs. As we often say, whatever kind of weather you like, you'll be able to experience it here, often in the same day. Regardless, the location is beautiful, and the venue, as we all know, is superb. We are fortunate to have such a unique setting as a backdrop for the world's premier space conference. As we so often hear from you, this is the place, the one special event each year where so much can be learned and accomplished over the course of just 72 hours. Thanks to all of you, there is nothing else like it in all the world. The credit for organizing and delivering all the things that you will enjoy here in the days to come, goes, as always, to the incredible Space Foundation team, led by our Chief Operating Officer and Acting Chief Executive Officer, Shelley Brunswick. Yeah, absolutely. That team and our hundreds of dedicated volunteers have made this night and the 3 days that follow possible. Please join me again in a round of applause for Shelley and these Space Foundation professionals. Thank you. For the past 32 years, we have gathered here each spring to catch up with old friends and make new ones, to share information, exchange ideas, visit with customers, and yes, size up the competition. Countless deals have been closed, concepts developed, products launched, and major announcements made from these very grounds. This year promises to be even more exciting and productive as we seek solutions to new challenges and explore new opportunities. By any measure, we are clearly entering a new era in the history of the cosmos and mankind's understanding and relationship with the vastness of space. We see now real opportunities for exploration and collaboration that were previously only the stuff of science fiction. We are seeing the truth of rocket pioneer Robert Goddard's belief: it is difficult to say what is impossible, for the dream of yesterday is the hope of today and the reality of tomorrow. Closer to home, our industry is growing in leaps and bounds, not only from an economic standpoint, but by the sheer number of new space companies and startups that emerge every few weeks, and the ever-growing number of countries entering the market or establishing their own space agencies. In 2016, we were a $335 billion global industry, and the continuing pace of growth is absolutely extraordinary. Much of that growth is on the commercial side, operating in parallel with more than 70 national governments and coalitions that create space-enabled capabilities for the betterment of their societies and the security of their citizens. In the years since we last gathered, we've seen tremendous changes in the world, in this country, and even within this organization. The Space Foundation has always sought to support the growth and expansion of our industry as it capitalizes on new developments in science and technology and the commercialization of space. We recognize that this year in particular, we are beginning an exciting new chapter in the growth and evolution of your Space Foundation. I know that many of you in the audience have heard the exciting news that after an extensive nationwide 5-month search, the Space Foundation Board of Directors has selected retired Navy Admiral Thomas E. Zellebore to be our new Chief Executive Officer. An extensive part of Tom's career included, in addition to an extraordinary range of aviation and command at sea experience, several space-related positions, including leadership of Navy Space Command. Not only does he have an impressive list of accomplishments in government, industry, education, and operational space, he also has a wide-ranging leadership, technical, and entrepreneurial background, having served in chairman, president, CEO, and vice president roles in companies that span the spectrum from multinational giants to tech startups. Most recently, Tom served as chairman and chief executive officer for Lightwave Logic Incorporated, a Colorado-based publicly traded corporation conducting research and development and production of advanced electro-optic materials. Although Tom won't officially be starting until April 30th, he's here with us at the symposium as a participant and observer in many of the activities that you also have on your calendars. If you happen to run into him, please say hello and welcome him on board, as we say in the Navy. The main reason we invited Tom to join us this week is so that he could witness firsthand this remarkable new team of just over 50 people, that what they're able to put together in just a short period of time, this most incredible space show on Earth. Tom, will you please stand up and wave so that everyone can see who you are and learn to greet you during the course of this week, please. Thanks, Tom. We have an amazing symposium planned for you. Our year-round international efforts have resulted in a growing number of relationships with industry colleagues and space agencies from around the world. Just look around this audience. Our registrants and exhibitors represent 34 countries, in addition to the United States. This year, we have a record-breaking number of exhibitors and the largest wait list we have ever compiled. In the Boeing Exhibit Center and Pavilion, you'll meet 27 companies from 10 international spacefaring nations. And the symposium program will open tomorrow morning with a panel discussion by 15 of the world's top space agency leaders. We are also delighted to continue supporting the development of even greater numbers of future space leaders, as we once again hosted the Space Generation Fusion Forum this weekend. And by growing the New Generation Space Leaders program, while still keeping it small enough to allow participants a chance to get to know each other and interact in meaningful ways. In addition to enjoying several networking opportunities for New Gen professionals to build relationships with each other and with industry veterans, they will spend a full day examining what it will take to get us to Mars, with 3 panels exploring preparation for a Mars mission, the journey there, and how to live and work on the red planet. To spark the interest of even younger space enthusiasts, we continue to invite select school and youth groups to tour the exhibit center and share the excitement of the symposium and the wonder of space. The symposium offers a unique opportunity to inspire these future space professionals and to share with them our belief in the value of international collaboration and cooperation to achieve shared goals. Your year-round support has made this program possible, and it is here that we plant the seeds that can bear fruit 1,000 times over. Konstantin Tsiolkovsky, the father of Russian astronautics, was right when he reflected in 1896, to set foot on the soil of the asteroids, to lift by hand a rock from the surface of the moon, to observe Mars from a distance of several tens of kilometers, to land on its satellite or even on its surface. What can be more fantastic? I want to give special thanks to Northrop Grumman for co-sponsoring the opening ceremony tonight. You'll get to meet our corporate host after our awards ceremony. We also look forward to a great show tonight by the creative and talented performers of Postmodern Jukebox. It is time tonight now to move on to the highlight of our opening ceremony, the presentation of the 3 prestigious awards by the Space Foundation on behalf of all of you, our members. They are the Alan Shepard Technology and Education Award, the Douglas S. Morrow Public Outreach Award, and the Space Achievement Award. The very talented, creative, and dedicated recipients are gathered here in the front row. At this time, I'd like to invite Thad Altman, President of the Astronaut Memorial Foundation, and Ms. Laura Churchley, the daughter of the late Alan Shepard, and to come and join me on the stage, please. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Thanks. Very good.
You know, winning the Alan Shepard Technology and Education Award is an incredible feat. And every year we receive very, very talented and distinguished teachers. Any of you that know any future teachers that would qualify, let us know. The more the better. And it's a big job going through all those applications. We have a very, very capable and qualified group of aerospace community leaders that review all those applications. This year, we received the applications that we knew would produce another great winner. This distinguished panel selected a teacher. It's a Michigan science teacher, Ashley Blackstone Smith from Cranbrook Kingswood Middle School. Cranbrook is a school for girls, and Ashley, come up and receive your award, the Alan Shepard Technology and Education Award.
Alan Shepard, one of the original Mercury astronauts, was the first American to fly in space and one of only 12 humans who have walked on the moon. He was also an early director of the Astronauts Memorial Foundation. In his memory, the Space Foundation, NASA, and the Astronauts Memorial Foundation created the Alan Shepard Technology and Education Award, which is presented annually to a pre-K through 12 district or national level educator. The Shepard Award recognizes excellence in the development and application of technology in the classroom, or to the professional development of teachers. The 2017 Alan Shepard Technology and Education Award is presented to 8th grade physical science teacher Ashley Blackstone Smith. For almost 14 years, Smith has led her students well beyond the standard Michigan physics curriculum into space. Smith's dedication to her students is most apparent in her diligent efforts to bring outside resources into the classroom. She has developed several space-related curricula, facilitated local and national programs with NASA, and leveraged corporate-sponsored science initiatives, many of which carry scholarship opportunities. In recognition of her commitment to empowering students from all walks of life with science, technology, engineering, and math, the Space Foundation congratulates Ashley Blackstone Smith, winner of the 2017 Alan Shepard Technology and Education Award.
Pretty incredible. This is pretty intimidating. I'm used to speaking to like 16 to 20 kids at a time. I'm honored and humbled to be standing before all of you. Thank you to the Space Foundation, Astronauts Memorial Foundation, NASA, and the Shepard family for this incredible opportunity. It's not every day that teachers are recognized for the work they do in the classroom. While much of the work of teachers is individualized, I would not be standing before you today if it were not for the efforts and talents of many dedicated educators who have inspired me, supported me, and provided me the resources and opportunities to inspire others. To my employer and colleagues at Cranbrook Educational Community who encouraged me and provided me the freedom to try new things and incorporate aerospace education in my physical science curriculum. A big thanks. To my husband, Michael, and our two little boys, Wyatt and Cody, thank you for putting up with my stress and my late hours, which I call my innovation time. A long due thank you to my high school science teachers, Todd Vince, David Glenn, and Scott Short, who instilled in me a love of science and passion for teaching, and later helped me hone in my skills as a teacher. It was my space camp experience that was a catalyst in my effort to redesign my curriculum to focus on aerospace. I'm grateful for the funding and opportunities that Honeywell afforded me and other educators in supporting us to attend the Space Academy for Educators. I'm fortunate to collaborate with organizations like Space Center Houston and CASIS, who continue to fuel my fire through their teacher ambassador programs. Rapidly increasing populations, finite resources, and a changing world pose significant challenges to our children and future scientists. Paramount in solving these problems and creating a more sustainable, harmonious society is the training of inspired, solution-oriented scientists and engineers. Historically, society is focused on training only 50% of our children for these careers. My passion is inspiring and preparing girls with the knowledge and confidence to pursue STEM-related careers and to ensure that they have equal access to opportunities. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now we'd like to present the 2017 Douglas S. Morrow Public Outreach Award, which this year goes to Digital Globe and the Associated Press. Representing Digital Globe is Jeff Tarr, President and CEO of the company, and Jeff will also accept on behalf of the Associated Press.
The Douglas S. Morrow Public Outreach Award is presented to an individual, team, or organization that has made significant contributions to public awareness of and support for space programs. Doug Morrow is an Academy Award-winning writer and producer, space advocate, and early member of the Board of Directors of the Space Foundation. The Space Foundation selected Digital Globe and the Associated Press as the recipients of the 2017 Douglas S. Morrow Public Outreach Award for their collaborative roles in exposing and prosecuting human trafficking. With clues from the Associated Press, Digital Globe's commercial satellite imaging system captured indisputable evidence of slavery and illegal trade, which in turn warranted multiple arrests and property seizure by the Indonesian Navy. Thanks to the combination of eye-in-the-sky observation and investigative reporting, more than 2,000 enslaved workers were freed. For their accomplishments in protecting human life and bringing criminals to justice, we congratulate this year's Douglas S. Morrow Public Outreach Award winners, Digital Globe and the Associated Press.
Thank you. On behalf of the men and women of Digital Globe, the Associated Press, and a Pulitzer Prize-winning team of reporters, I want to thank the Space Foundation for honoring our work and bringing awareness to illegal and unreported fishing and to the tragedy of modern-day slavery on the seas. This story reminds us all of the power of space technology in preventing human rights abuses. For the former slaves released as a result of this work, that technology is truly magical. The words of one of those former slaves said it best. When told by one of the reporters how they were found and ultimately released, he asked with wonder, "You mean a camera in the sky looking for us?" So, to all of you in this room who contribute to cameras in the skies, thank you. Together, we can help people everywhere to see a better world. Thank you.
For the final award of the evening, the Space Foundation would like to present the 2017 Space Achievement Award to astronaut Scott Kelly and Russian cosmonaut Mikhail Kornienko for their groundbreaking year-long mission on board the International Space Station. We would also now like to call on Acting NASA Administrator Robert Lightfoot and Deputy Director General of Roscosmos, Sergei Savelyev, to the stage to accept the award on their behalf.
The Space Foundation's Space Achievement Award is presented annually to an individual, organization, or team to recognize extraordinary contributions toward advancing the exploration, development, or utilization of space. For their successful completion of the Year in Space mission, the 2017 Space Achievement Award is presented to American astronaut Scott Kelly and Russian cosmonaut Mikhail Kornienko. After launching to the International Space Station in March of 2015, the pair spent a year conducting scientific investigations into microgravity's effect on the human body. The beneficial knowledge gained from their physical, psychological, and biomedical challenges will help guide future long-duration missions to deep space destinations. This unprecedented achievement demonstrated the value of international collaboration, dedication to life science, and the fortitude of human exploration. The Space Foundation is proud to recognize the extraordinary efforts of the Year in Space mission and to congratulate Scott Kelly and Mikhail Kornienko, recipients of the 2017 Space Achievement Award.
Since both awardees had other commitments this evening, they've each sent to us a video to play for you on this special occasion. Roll the videos, please.
Hi, I'm Scott Kelly. I want to thank you for the Space Achievement Award. Clearly, I was the guy that was in space for almost a year, but really this is about the hard work of the thousands of individuals around the world that make not only this mission happen, but all the other NASA missions happen as well. So I'm really accepting this on their behalf, and unfortunately I can't be there in person, but I am in there in spirit, and I'll be thinking about you guys and hoping you're having a great time. Thank you very much.
Выражаю глубокую признательность Space Achievement Award за высокую оценку работы, которую Скотт Келли и я провели на борту Международной космической станции. Я уверен, что результаты этой годовой экспедиции станут для человечества рывком на пути покорения дальнего космоса. Еще раз большое спасибо всем, кто принимал участие в моем годовом космическом полете, инструкторам, инженерам всех 5 космических агентств. Российский космонавт Михаил Корниенко.
Friends, the Space Foundation is grateful to the hundreds of companies and thousands of individuals who make this event so special. We could not put on a world-class event such as this without your encouragement and continuing support. The donations we have received from many of you over the years, along with any gifts we have received tonight, will make a significant impact in inspiring the next generation of engineers, chemists, scientists, and technology professionals. We're grateful for your generosity, and we've hoped that we've made it easy for you, and we'd like to try and make it easier. While you're waiting for the show to start, many of you may have seen the number on the screen. Just text 33SS to 855-735-2437. And $10 is all it takes to fund a student to take a field trip to our Discovery Center. And every gift has the potential to make a life-altering impact on a young student's life. Tonight, I especially want to thank our longtime supporter, Northrop Grumman, for providing us with a $10,000 gift that will allow us to provide students from rural school districts with more Northrop Grumman Discovery Scholar Trips, which cover the admission fees for the students and a stipend towards bus transportation costs. Of course, we also want to thank Northrop Grumman for co-sponsoring this, the opening ceremony, with us, and as soon as we'll kick off another great symposium. Please give our corporate host, Jeff Grant, and Northrop Grumman a round of applause, and join me in welcoming Cyrus Dalla, Vice President of Communications and Systems of Northrop Grumman, to the stage to speak on Northrop Grumman's behalf. Cyrus.
Thank you, Admiral Ellis. And I want to express our thanks to the Space Foundation for being a great partner and for its service to our community, especially in its support of STEM education. There's real excitement in the space industry right now. You can measure it as you walk by the New Shepard on your way to the exhibit hall. You can measure it with the attendance numbers at this year's Space Symposium. And you can measure it by counting headlines. For example, in February, the New York Times published an above-the-fold article telling the world that 7 Earth-sized planets were discovered orbiting TRAPPIST-1, about 40 light years away from Earth. The international audience of the Times learned that 1 or more of these planets could potentially harbor life, and we would learn more as scientists turn their telescopes towards this system. What's even more exciting is that the Times told us that we won't be waiting decades for the next revelations to materialize. We would learn more as new telescopes scheduled to launch. We would learn more soon. 4 times last year, a Falcon 9 launched and landed back on its drone barge. Each time, posts, pictures, videos, and commentary were voted to the front page of Reddit, a completely different audience than the New York Times. Because of the reach of social media like this, these accomplishments are changing how a different set of people view our world. Soon we will see a Falcon 9 launch national security space missions, and social media will continue to document the progress. Google Trends for science and technology shows a significant shift from the mid-2000s to today. Then computers, smartphones, and Web 2.0 technology dominated trending topics. We now see space topics often hitting the list of hottest searches. Consumer spaceflight, communication systems and new frequencies, and astrophysics discoveries have become common search topics because the world is genuinely excited about the progress in space. The excitement right now targets a wide range of missions, and it continues despite individual failures in launch or in business. To use popular space parlance, it's resilient. It isn't isolated to NASA's plan to take humans to the moon, Mars, and beyond with SLS and Orion. It extends to the launch market, where Blue Origin is starting to fill its manifest in an increasingly competitive market. It extends to the small satellite market, where we saw 104 satellites launch on a single rocket this year. It extends to the communications market, where filings for over 13,000 satellites in non-geostationary V-band spectrum were submitted this year. And it extends to the national security space constellations that are turning to the space enterprise vision for future resiliency. So why does this excitement matter? It matters because space stimulates human imagination, and it matters because this excitement is impacting academic and career decisions. Since primitive times, human imagination has been drawn to the night sky. In the 90s and 2000s, the rapid pace of growth shifted the focus from the stars above us to computer screens and smartphones in our pockets. But just as the space race of the 60s and 70s influenced where people chose to work in the 70s and 80s, space is once again a first choice of careers for engineers and scientists graduating college. Now is a great time to enter the space industry. Rapid change is bringing great opportunity, and the diversity of mission areas is bringing people with diverse ways of thinking to our industry. Even more, there's such a talented and experienced group of space veterans that were drawn to the business by events following the moon landing. Today, new graduates can learn from some of the greatest minds. Within this theme, I want to again thank the Space Foundation for its support of STEM education and for supporting the next generation of space professionals with its New Gen program. And now, we would like to show a brief film that captures some of the excitement surrounding NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, which launches next year. It's one of those exciting new missions that will capture the imagination of the next generation of space professionals. Thank you.
We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained for the progress of all people. We have vowed that we shall see space filled with instruments of knowledge. The exploration of space will go ahead to the vast stretches of the unknown, and it is one of the great adventures of all time.
Stand by for 1 Bravo. All 11 Houston, you're good at 1 minute.
And therefore, as we set sail, even though I realize that this is in some measure an act of faith and vision, its conquest deserves the best of all mankind on the greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.